Hi and welcome. I'm Harmony Edwards here with Corey Johnson. We're the dynamic duo behind Take a Seat and Speak. This is our first episode, and we couldn't be more excited to have Nyanna and Dashine Moore as our special guests. Both Nyanna and Dashine have experience in the small business world. They know the struggles that startups face, and they're committed to helping local businesses here in the Berkshires thrive. Nyanna, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. First, thank you so much, Harmony and Corey, for having me today. I'm definitely very excited to be here. Yes, my name is Nyanna Slaughter, born and raised here in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Honestly, since I was younger, I've always been inside of community service. So right now, I work in public service, right? And every single day, I'm able to hear the different experiences that individuals are dealing with at a small business level, whether working with the Small Business Administration or other organizations to be able to receive funding. So I'm glad that you had me here today, as well as being a board member for the Berkshire Black Economic Council. You know, part of our mission is to be able to try to bring more economic equality as well as funding to different entrepreneurs and small businesses inside of Berkshire County. So I'm definitely excited to be here.
Fire. Let's go.
Dashine?
Good evening. My name is Dashine. I am owner.
How you gonna start?
Absolutely. I am
well,
owner of Mr. Feats on North Street. I invented the Beat the Streets program for Pittsfield. I have a clothing line called Demeanor Rough. It's been a struggle trying to get this to go, you know. There's not a lot of outlets that are open to, people of color. I don't know. It's been a big struggle for me. I had my store almost 3 years, and I haven't even begun to open it yet.
Let's talk
I spent so much money on it.
You began to open it.
Yeah, but I didn't know all the dynamics of what you had to do to open it.
The steps
You know what I mean?
forward.
So I had to stop myself for a second, and now I'm regrouping.
Right, you got to jump through all those hoops, so you got to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely, but let's talk about it. That's the whole point of us being here.
Yeah, so on the side of opening, what was your biggest struggle from finding the place to rent to opening the doors? And then to now understanding that you have to regroup?
I think at first I thought that it would just be like something that I would just jump into. I didn't need an LLC or nothing. I was just going to open a store and buy sneakers and clothes and just sell it. And however it was going to be ran. I just didn't know the dynamics of it, but I did know that that's my passion. That's what I want to do. So I just went and did it. I grew up in that building when I first came from Trenton, New Jersey. So I'm not willing to just give up on it just because I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think with the help of you and Wu, and also Nyanna, that I can grow, because there's a lot of questions that I have about, just having a store in general and going about, how you go about getting investors and people to back you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the inside of the business world.
Right.
Because you're watching it from an outside and you don't understand until you're inside of it and you say, oh, I'm going to start this business. And then you realize it's not that simple.
Right. They told me I need $1 million worth of liability for that store.
Yeah, definitely.
For insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coming in blind, you don't really know.
Like I said, I came in blind. Yeah. But I'm still all in. I'm gonna find it. It's gonna take a while, but anything that's just given to you or you get easy, it's easily taken. So
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's taken me this long to get on my feet and do it the right way.
And that's why it's taking you
so long.
The time is because you're doing it the right way instead of going and doing it your way, whatever way you feel comfortable doing it, and then being shut down and fined in the long run.
Yes.
And figuring it out the hard way, you find the people that you need to direct you into doing it the right way.
Absolutely.
And then with those that you end up getting direction from, now then you're able to then become the director and help others avoid the trials and tribulations that you face to then help them in their businesses. I know you do so much inside the community with with our youth specifically, and that's huge because so much of business and wealth, really does start off with youth and how we're, developed as we grow up. So we're able to, think in different mindsets to really, go for our passions and dreams. Because like you said, like, you don't necessarily know what it is that you're doing, but I give you the utmost respect and credit for absolutely getting it done. You've had events there, so you know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad we're having this conversation too, because it is true that so many small businesses ended up failing or just facing so many more, I'd say, maybe like pitfalls at different times and trials because of funding, because of lack of it, because of not knowing, resources. And they always say what you don't know can hurt you. You know what I mean? And that's why I'd say it's so big to know like what resources and people you can connect to be able to, be able to bring something bigger to the table. And that's why I brought in Move in Love. That is my business, which is all about trying to bring community together, families together, to really bring more empowerment and enrichment just to one another, because I feel like so much, especially inside of, unfortunately, our minority community, I don't even like to say necessarily minority, but, people of color, because of our struggles, sometimes we end up, struggling more with ourselves in our own community. And if you think about it, if we really came together, like, we'd be so unstoppable. It's so clear, like, in this world, like, the intimidation from what we bring to the table. And that's why we go through so much. And that's why I love having conversations like this and, really knowing what people in my community are doing to help out others. Because coming together, like, it's fun, we get stuff done, like...
Yep.
We're able to communicate in a way that we're able to understand and comfortably express.
Yes.
Where, there's no dialogue hold up where you're like, how do I say this to them?
It's so much easier when
the right way to say it.
It's so much easier.
When you're in a room with your community, you're like, okay, this is what I need help with.
And who can help it?
Who can help me with this?
And who knows about this?
And if you don't understand what I'm saying, let me know. You know what I mean? Because it's more comfortable. It's a more transitional situation when you're talking to somebody already that's in your community or that looks like you and you're comfortable with kind of like letting go and being yourself, like your authentic self.
That holds a whole lot of weight, and I don't think other people. I'm just here to instigate. I just want to say. I said I was going to say that earlier, but I wasn't joking. But no, yeah, definitely. I don't think people are aware of how much impact it has to have someone that looks like you to make you feel comfortable, get rid of that all that anxiety that you have to explain something. Because first of all, you're not sure of yourself, so you're kind of stutter stepping. And then you're diving into something that's uncharted territory. You know what I mean? So then, like, to have somebody be like, "Look, I'm trying to accomplish this," and they be like, "Oh, you just got to do this and this and this." But to come to just anyone and say that, you know what I mean? It holds us back a lot, especially trying to run a business, trying to do your own little thing. And I know that you spoke a lot about like how it was when you started, when you. Back from Jersey and starting your store, and you went through trials and tribulations. What was it like for you when you started your business? Nyanna.
For me, let's see. So I filed with the IRS probably about in like April. So it's really honestly like the near beginning. So right now I'm really working on trying to get a more like business credit and different ways to be able to find funding for my business. Right now, what I've really been doing is trying to promote more of the community aspect and things I can do at a free level. You know what I mean? Just service, because service is my heart at the end of the day. But of course, I want to be able to leave a legacy for when I do have children and my family, and be able to retire my parents. There's just no reason why my parents, I feel like, do as much as they do, and still go through so much. But they're amazing. But I truly just know that through any trials and tribulations, when you choose to move in love, right? Move in the right direction. Think about what it is that you're doing. Think about what it is that you're saying. You can get far. And that's honestly like my testimony of life, because I've definitely been through ups and downs, right? And I think we all have. And for me, what kept me honestly going was just like the golden rule we learned in like kindergarten. Like if someone did this to you, like kind of like how would you feel type of thing.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly. And that's been my that's just hit home for me for so long. And even sometimes when you want to like come out of character, it's like I honestly can't at all, and I just hold it in. And when you hold it in for so long, sometimes that's not good, right? And I think that sometimes also can be kind of detrimental in when creating a business sometimes, because if you don't take the time to take care of yourself, fully when trying to really do so many endeavors, that can become at different times, like different, I'd say like slowing points, kind of start to bring you back on a wave because you're having to still deal, you're trying to move forward, but you still have to deal with like what's gone on in the past because maybe you haven't necessarily dealt with it because you've had to continue to be strong, continue to go just to be able to continue to live and continue to survive and provide, right?
You still have to process everything that you're
and then you have to process the
Exactly.
day to day that's present too, because it's not like life is just like, oh, you're starting a business, we're going to make everything in your life just fall together for you so you can focus on your business. No, you have every other problem happening, phone calls that are not relative to your business but are taking time, energy, stressing you out, and then you still have to like maintain yourself to control your business and operate your business and push forward to what your goals are going to be.
You have to like literally internally create another version of you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you got your business mind, and then like it's a whole other person. But it's always good to understand that you need to decompress when you get home, when you find your space to take care of yourself mentally.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Have
really,
to.
It's a must. That's why sometimes I'm off the radar.
Right.
Just at home doing nothing. Because I need to balance myself out, because I'm doing too much and there's too much going on.
You have to
Sometimes
reload.
you have to
reload yourself, and
Seriously.
people do it in different ways. Some people don't need to go home and relax. Some people need to go to the gym. Some people need to, you know what I mean? There's like other ways that you can start to care for yourself, and then you put it into your routine so that at that moment you're turning off everything else in the world, even all the other additional stress and drama. So like for me, it's not the gym, it's not sitting at home, it's like 15 to 20 minutes of meditation. And it doesn't matter where it is, it could be in my car,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's when I have the time and I'm like, no, I need a break right now. I'll just put my phone away and I'll sit there with my eyes closed, my hands on my lap, and just let my mind go to anything, and then I take it and I push it out, take it and then I push it out, so that I'm not like focused on any set topic at that time.
That's good.
And then when I like open myself back up to the world 15 20 minutes later, it hasn't like put a dent in my day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where sometimes going to the gym was putting a dent in my day, because you go to the gym, it's not just the time of the gym, you got to get dressed before the gym, get to the gym, set yourself up at the gym, work out, go home, shower, change, and then get ready for the day. So now your whole day is messed up, and you have 2 phone calls that you need to get pulled in either direction, but you're at the gym sweating with your hair tied up. You can't go in either direction. So like sometimes you have to decide what's important to me right now is my physical health, but not in the sense that I need to go push 2 hours at the gym. So I can do 20 minutes of stretching and like light workout in the morning.
Absolutely.
And 20 minutes of a random time when I feel it's needed to then generate myself and my mind back up. So I think it's different for everybody. Some people need 5 days. Like they're like, okay, I need to take off 5 days. I need to get out of town, go do my own thing for 5 days, and then I come back. Everybody has their own way of processing and then like rebooting. And that's where you need to find your other self, because
That's the time.
That's you need to know what is it for me that helps me relax. I can go on vacation. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm gonna still take my phone calls. I'm gonna be on my laptop. I'm gonna be at the beach with my laptop, taking notes and doing whatever else I have to do, because I'll still take my 20 minutes in the day.
But it's crucial that you
Do
take
you
that
understand?
20. Yeah,
So
it's
that
crucial
20
that you
minutes
take
is
that.
my time.
Yeah.
That's a
For
crucial.
you,
20
it might
minutes.
be a weekend in the house. You know what I mean? For somebody else, it could be going for a run.
I
It's
think
like
everybody
always
should
different.
take 20 minutes a day or get
Absolutely.
there winking when they can, because they
Just to
actually
clear your
studies show
mind.
you actually retain information better when you do that.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting overwhelmed, like you're taking notes, writing a paper, setting up promotional things. If you just take like 10 seconds and just like not think about anything, or just push those like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, push those thoughts out of your brain and then come back to it, like you remember stuff more. Like on a
Do you
subconscious
remember
level.
doing like free writing in school?
Yeah.
Where they'd be like, take a pencil, you have 30 seconds to write about anything you want to write about, just let your mind go. And
I'd have a sentence.
you're staring at your page and you're like, I
30
can't,
seconds.
because all these different things are coming. But then it doesn't really matter what you wrote in that 10 minutes that the teacher gave you. The point of that exercise is to like release all of that, so now you can focus on your studies. You know what I mean? So that's really what they were doing that for, is we're going to give you this 10 minutes to release all of that crazy stuff that you've got going on in your mind right now, so that you can then focus on your social studies or your math assignment or whatever it's going to be.
I wish that
I want to focus on you now, Harm, though. I want to hear what it was like for you starting up.
My struggles?
Yes.
So, my struggles, where do they start?
Right, when you got multiple businesses.
On a professional side,
I mean?
But it starts beyond the professional side because I couldn't get into any profession until I figured out who I was and where I was going with my life first. So it was like, who am I going to be? Do I want to be this person or that person?
What made you have that thought? Like, was that outside influence or is it an epiphany you came across one day?
That was inside of myself being unhappy, like depressed. Like depression.
Like one day you're laying in bed, you're like, who do I even want to be?
Yeah, one day I was laying in the bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't sleep and I was like, I just hate my life. This is not, like, there's got to be more than buying sneakers and riding around in the car all day with my friends smoking pot. Like, there's got to be more to life. And I'm looking on Instagram and these people that are younger than me, you know what I mean? I'm 21 at the time. They're 19-year-olds flying in jets and driving Benz, and they're not coming from their parents doing that. They're not as you would say, like silver spoon babies, you know what I mean? They started these online businesses, and then I realized I'm in a world where you can pull money out of thin air.
Right, yeah.
So,
possible.
So if businesses like Expedia and Booking.coms that own no real estate, they own nothing. They own no hotel, they own bookings in Expedia, and then they generate money from other people spending money on something that somebody else's has, like Amazon. All of these businesses are able to generate money. Why can't I generate money in that way? Why am I out running around trying to figure out different hustles to get money when there's already a blueprint on how to get it? It's the algorithms that other people have already created. Social media algorithms, like the systems that you have available online. Like, you record things, you have these systems. You didn't create Pro Tools. Would you have sat there and created Pro Tools? No, but you learn how to use it, right?
Yeah, it's about
because you're not on the tech side. So there are people that are like tech people that create these products that then you can capitalize on.
Right.
Just like a website, you know what I mean? You go on GoDaddy, you create your website, now you're able to sell on your website. You making money, GoDaddy's making money. GoDaddy has nothing to offer but the platform of the website. So, like, it was like me realizing those things.
Club, just so you know.
Huh?
I used to think GoDaddy was a strip club, just so you know. Even Daddy was. Somebody was like, yeah, I'm at Daddy. I was like, yeah, the strip club? Like, I don't know why my mind went there.
Put daddy in it. It just sounds like
yeah. When I first started, I was like, what? That's so funny because I was learning about different like website
builders and stuff like that.
I use Shopify,
but it's something that catches your name. Web.com. Oh, cool. GoDaddy. What the hell?
Right,
GoDaddy.
what is that?
You know what I mean? That was marketing. But so that was. I knew I could hustle. So I was like, I just have to figure out how to hustle. How these people are hustling, and how do I do that? So, long story short, got into sales, so telemarketing sales. That was like, posted a job in Indeed or whatever, and I signed up for it, and I realized I was really good at sales when I started working at the job and started working my way up the ladder. So then I got into life insurance, which I hated. It's all documents. It's horrible.
Absolutely.
The fun part about it is talking to people, and then you have to do their documents, and you're like, huh?
Like, why do I
wish I never talked to you. I wish I never met you.
Right.
I don't even care about the check at this point.
It almost, until you get that paycheck, it's almost not even worth it.
Yeah, so you're like, I don't even want this check.
Like, yeah, I can help you. You're paying how much? That's crazy. I got you. Like, we're going to do this. Did you think about this? Oh, you should. And then next thing you know, you sign up. Then you realize you got to go DocuSign. You got to go file all this stuff.
All of these.
I hate insurance.
And the documents are extensive. Like, real estate documents, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I'll do them. I know I'm going to get paid when I'm doing them, but...
Is it as bad as selling
no,
life
it's
insurance?
not.
I think that. I was
so
thinking
much
about
easier,
it. I was
but I
considering
think
the option.
We can get into that on another
day.
So obviously I have the situations that I went through personally in life. So I had a lot of building my reputation back up and writing personal letters to people in the community to like right my wrongs, for say. which made a major impact because they're like, this girl knows that she messed up. She's trying to change. So a lot of them became referrals for me. So like in order to get my real estate license, I had to go back and say, okay, these situations happened. I understand you can like you have access to seeing that. This is why it happened. This is what I was going through emotionally. These are the type of people I was around. This is what I've done so far. And I have all of these people behind me that will tell you that I'm a changed person, and I haven't.
Yeah, like you're not that person
done
anymore.
I haven't done that in years. Any of those types of things.
Right.
So that was like the first challenge in business was building a reputation, rebuilding a reputation. Right. So building an initial reputation is easy. Yeah. You get your first shot.
Yeah.
Once you mess that shot, people don't trust you anymore. That's a whole new thing that you have to develop. So that was before any creating a business. That's what it was, is building the reputation. And I think that a lot of people need to, in some way, build a reputation for themselves before they're in business.
Do you?
You've had a reputation. In a sense, you've had a reputation.
That's why I go back to the community, because I corrupted my community, right? And then there's no one there to show these kids right from wrong, or been through the things that I've been through in our community. Mm-hmm. So if I show them the right way, maybe they'll do the right thing. Right. But I feel like I have to give them back something.
Yeah,
you know? That's
definitely.
why I beat the streets.
It's all about the give back. I mean,
and then
I think it shows a whole lot more. I will respect. I have more respect for people like you, Harmony, that rebuild your reputation than somebody that already has a good one, because when you have to rebuild, you have to acknowledge the fact that you're not perfect. Like you make mistakes, and it makes you more relatable. Yeah. Because everybody's done things that they're not proud of, and everybody was like a teenager and like got the bad influences, and you know what I mean. And like I gotta say, Dash, it's not your fault. No. That like you didn't corrupt your community. You were raised in a corrupt community. Yeah, exactly. You mirrored the community that you were a part of, pretty much.
And then we didn't have it's like kids raising kids.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
because
I think
the older adults weren't around when the kids that influenced us were around. That we looked up to. And,
but the kids, they're older like adults weren't around to give them any type of guidance. You know what I mean? Like, you know how much potential when I look outside, you know what I mean? Like how much potential I see. I'm like, you why are you focused on that? Go do this and this and this and this. But it's people like you that like change lives forever. You know what I mean? Like the Beach to Streets program, like I couldn't be more proud of you for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like Harmony's like trying to like we've had discussions in the past about like gentrification and things like this and how it changes this way or that way. She's like, why don't we do that ourselves? Right. And Nyanna's constantly saying like, why aren't we spinning with each other? And the thing that I want to connect all together is that we didn't or don't because we didn't know. We didn't have the guidance. We didn't have the guidance because if I knew that Harmony was trying to pursue this business venture and we all connected at the same time like we do now, then it would have been gone already. It would have been, everything would be different.
And it comes back to community though, because we're raised in a community where people compete against each other.
Yes.
For no reason.
Even if you're on a sports team.
Right, for no reason.
You know what I mean?
Actually a science.
Instead of playing together, you're raised to compete against each other.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's,
so it makes a problem.
I don't even want to get into that. That's by design. I don't even want to get into that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We can go deep into that conversation.
It's only...
I don't want to get into all that, but that's definitely not an accident.
At all.
Yeah,
and it starts way back from slavery time, so we can go.
That's another podcast. Like a whole conversation.
Psychologically, though, on a serious note, we can't, like, as a community, the only thing that I want most people to take from anything that I do is that you can't keep on pointing the finger and saying, because this happened to me. Right. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter how much trials and tribulations if you have tomorrow, anything, anything is possible. You can do whatever you put your mind to. How hard are you gonna fight to make that happen? How hard are you gonna put that work in to make that your reality? Like, you're telling me like other people come here from other countries and they all live together in the same house. Like you got 10 people in one apartment
and they all work the same job.
They all work at the same job. They don't compete. They don't compare each other. They're not buying the newest Jordans. They wear those Walmart shoes proudly every day for 10 years, and then go buy the gas station, and then their cousin buys the other gas station. Next thing you know, they have 5 gas stations,
and they're driving, and they're pulling up in their Tesla.
That's how it happens. Though somebody has to have that vision and keep everybody going. Like you know what I mean. Nipsey Hussle went back to the hood. He's employing people with felonies. You know what I mean. Like you can't get a job. You don't have a choice, which is by design. But we can't. It doesn't matter that happened. How are we gonna do?
And that's why we have to change policy, and that's why it's so important for people to get involved. I know people don't necessarily like politics. However, that is literally where decisions are made every single day that govern our lives, and that's exactly why we need so many more of our. So many people of color at the table coming to, when I was in the school committee, it was like, nobody even knows you can call into these meetings to voice your concerns about our children. Right. You know what I mean?
I go to city council meetings all the time.
We need to start going as
come as a group. Families,
going
and then standing up. That's where the bridge comes, because you can go and sit in it.
Right.
You gotta get up on the podium and make that point.
Absolutely.
I've been there.
And then you got to get the petitions behind you.
Yeah, and you got to have, because like you said earlier, Corey, like representation is so important.
Right.
Being on that school committee, I was the only one of color after Dennis had left. So it's like
even further than that, it takes small steps going into the positions that we want to be in. School committee, city council,
all of it.
Further up in the corporate chain, because a lot of major corporations are ran by one pool of people in one age group. So you know what I mean? In one gender specifically, that is slowly turning over. But
totally not fair.
But we can break that down and break those barriers by building black banks. Yeah. That's one thing. And then focusing our funding through those sources.
Investing.
REITs, real estate trusts. Collaborating all of our funds together and buying big properties that are actually going to give us a return.
Yes.
Yep.
Providing housing in our communities.
Yeah.
Fair housing at that, not just providing housing, but providing fair, equal housing to our community. Those are types of things that we can immediately make without going up and petitioning. Right. We can make that changes in small steps by campaigning, getting on boards, buying up the properties, collaborating and investing our money together, so that we are in the stronghold, because money talks. At the end of the day, you could be in politics. We could all be in politics.
Right.
If we don't got the money to back the politics, our campaign's not going anywhere, and we're never going to get hurt.
Unless you legitimately have the people, but it's hard to do both.
But once you have the people, why you have the people is because with the people comes the money. That's the support. Right. They're donating money into their candidates that they want to win, and then they come up with a pool of money.
Right. So I just have to say we have to build our own. It's almost like literally starting an economy from scratch. Yeah. Like we have to do it. We have to do it all. We need the banks. We need to influence our youth. We need the schools. We literally all of it. So, you know what I mean? Like, on a business standpoint, on a knowledge, on mental health, on, like, everything. The only way that we win is if we help each other. Like, I'm so tired of, like, exactly. Like you were saying, like, I will back you 1,000. Anybody sitting here, I'll back them 1,000%. If there's anything that I could ever do to help any of you, I would in a moment's notice. You know what I mean? Like, there's been times I've used your store. Like, we've all used your store. A store that you feel, like, emotionally, you feel that your store hasn't opened yet.
What do you mean?
We're all here because of you. It's possible because of you, bro.
I mean, we had some good events to go on in the store, but just imagine if, when I first started the store, that we would have had this, though.
Right. But it wasn't.
We would have been there.
It's
you know what I'm saying? Like, that needs to be open every day. 4 days a week.
Because the vision doesn't come in a snap.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
and
what he's saying is,
you have to enjoy the process.
You are already moving along in your process, where a lot of people are still selling sneakers out of the back of their trunk.
Right. And I had to focus on getting my son out here first.
And even if you just wanted to say, "Hey, meet me at the store to buy a pair of shoes,"
I could do that.
You could do that.
That's right. I could do that.
Oh, we're a privately closed sneaker store, and we do custom only and styling appointments. So please book via Facebook, and I will meet you at your scheduled time.
Yeah, but the only way we're gonna have something is to come together.
You
I
have
mean,
to.
even though we got all, separate entities and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But once we get something where we can all collab on it and it's going to help everyone.
We have to invest in each other.
Well, we here
Speaking
now,
of,
so.
What were we saying?
No, just saying we here now. So.
Yeah, we're
That's what I
here
said.
now.
That's starting these conversations
This is the beginning.
is the first. It's like the first step is just like realizing.
And that's why.
We are a younger generation.
Yep.
And culturally, Berkshire County is 30 to 40 years behind other communities.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you're looking at what they're doing in
Absolutely.
Hampden County, in Albany County, in Boston,
Absolutely.
a lot of the programs that are available to those communities are not accessible to us in the Berkshires.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have those resources, so we need to become those resources within our community.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
exactly.
we have to be the outreach, and then as we grow and we develop, our representation inevitably will create a next generation of more people outreaching into the community.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then we're going to be able to pull people back to this community because people don't want to come here and stay here. A lot of people that move in here are not they might live here because their career is here and they got comfortable here, their kids go to school here, but they're not staying a lot of the time
because they're happy or flourishing.
Because they're happy and they're enjoying their time here.
Guess who can change that, though?
Yeah, all of us.
It's only, it's sad to say, right? But, if they gave us the floor, even though we're going to have to invent the floor for ourselves, we would invent things that'll make those people stay here more. But it's just
and a lot of people are afraid of innovation.
Right.
That's true.
Right. We have to show. We have to move, and we have to do it the right way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
it kind of binds you in a way because there's so many people that you want to work with that things will be good, but you can't because you have to there's barriers that need to be broken.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
people have barriers.
You know what I mean? And people don't.
People have complexes.
They pretend like they're not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they really are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't care where you go. We're the most influential. You know what I mean? What we do, they want to wear the shoes that we wear. You know what I mean? They want to dress the way that we dress, drive what we want to drive. But we have to make sure that we're